Hey you guys, so this is the angler on this beautiful lot that we saw. So let's go take a closer look to remind you of this house. Again, the angler is great because it's a true side load garage. So you have all this space between your house and the neighbor's house. And these lots in Haddington Place are wide anyway. So it's pretty fantastic how much space you have in comparison to some other neighborhoods. This is what's across the street. These lots are, this one is individually owned, I believe, and I think Logan owns that one there. So a Logan house will be going there, or maybe a Logan house will be going here, and that one over there is individually owned. But however, these two lots will eventually be built on, but not bad to look at across the street. So this is 7500 Wallace is the address. Got this cute pergola over the garage, the board and batten, hardy board siding, beautiful front yard, plenty of parking here, and you've got a very spacious side yard over here that wraps back around into that beautiful lot back there. Again, they have full irrigation here in Haddington Place. The property line is right around there. Very pretty. Got your screen in back porch. And again, we'll ask for some larger trees to be planted right here just to add another layer of privacy there. You've got your palm tree, access door from the garage, gutters already installed. Lovely walkway. You've got this covered front porch. The other reason I like the angler and the true side load garage is because you're looking out into your front yard. You're not here on your porch looking out into a driveway. That's another reason I like this plan. Like over here on this plan, I think this is the channel plan. You come out your front door and you're looking down your driveway. So if there's a car parked there, you're looking at your cars. Whereas that's very pretty, don't get me wrong, but I like looking out into your front yard. So let's go take a look inside. You come on into this wide foyer area. Love Logan's entryways. They're always so pretty, especially with the trim here in Haddington Place. You've got that transom and that window that makes this foyer nice and bright. Really pretty. You've got your office area here to the left with a closet for storage, which is awesome. You've got your wide baseboards that go throughout. They did the Cove Crown all through here. They cased all the openings of the door frames, which I love, with this coastal sort of trim package. Love the door stylings as well. They made a lot of great selections in this particular plan. You've got your stairs going up, and then you walk into this big living space with those telescoping doors. Love the color of the flooring, and then you have these beams with these vaulted ceilings with the recessed lights already in the ceiling. That is an upgrade. If you were to build the home from scratch, you would pay for that extra lighting, which I always recommend you choose the extra lighting. You've got the built-ins with the fireplace. These built-ins seem a little bit extra wider than the built-ins in the other floor plans, and that may be because you have more space here, but I'll have to look at that, whether this is wider. It does seem wider for some reason. And then you have this awesome kitchen area. I love the fact that they chose this wood color cabinet in here. It just makes it feel so warm. and not as like stark white as some of their other plans. You've got your microwave up here and your oven, KitchenAid. We could certainly ask for the refrigerator, no problem. It would be a KitchenAid French door refrigerator. You've got your hood above, and you've got your electric cooktop. If you wanted that gas cooktop, because this is on an exterior wall, then I think it would be easy to replace this and to run a gas line for a gas cooktop if you preferred that. Is that a scratch? No, it's just a pen mark that they need to get off. Okay, so they've got the crown up on the cabinets, the black hardware. Love this backsplash. I love the color choice of these counters. Love this. I think it's all really, really pretty. You've got your trash pull out right here. Soft close, KitchenAid dishwasher. You have your single bowl sink here. They went with the black faucet, just like the hardware all throughout. Like you mentioned, they have this little teeny tiny beverage area for a little mini coffee maker. A light rail would be so pretty in here if they did that. Over here, you do have a decent sized pantry. And you have a coat closet here that if you didn't want to use that as a coat closet, you certainly could make that another pantry area. And you have a little nook here for a boot bench out here in the garage. While we're over here, you step down 3 steps and you have a pretty decent sized garage. The Angler, the garage feels a little bit smaller because it is a true side load garage instead of the carriage style. So I think it may be a little bit smaller, or maybe it just appears that way, but you do have this extra storage over here. The water heater lives in the corner, so that is all storage in there instead of having the water heater take up space in there. And then you have this access door to the side, which is nice. That is an extra cost when you're building from scratch. So back through here, let's check out this dining room. Really pretty. So they did put the little globes on those. I don't think these globes were on there when we were here last. Good sized dining room. It's not the biggest dining room with these Logan Homes, but it is a good size. You've got your board and batten all around, or your wainscoting. And then you have a lot of extra space here in front of the telescoping doors and plenty of room for living. I know you have a piece of furniture that would typically go here in place of these built-in, but this is a decent size living space for sure. So we could step out here. Open these all the way so you get the full effect of this backyard. So you come on out and you do have a nice size screened-in porch. One of the things I love about the Angler plan is you can put a TV on this wall out here. There is a wall that you can mount a TV on. And this lot line goes back behind that pine straw up closer, and there's a creek that is behind there, or a pond, I should say, because this used to be an old golf course. So the ponds that they put in a golf course, that is back behind those trees, and your property line does go back and extend back behind the pine straw. So again, we can ask for some larger trees to be, or bushes or hedging or whatever, to be put right there along the property line to give you some privacy, even though you have a big side yard here. So lots of space for sure. And I think this home right now in Haddington Place can have a 5 in front of it, like we discussed. As it stands right now, those other 2 Anglers that we looked at, they are still not sold, and they're finishing up other inventory So I think there is still a good chance to get this with a 5 in front of it. Back through here, let's take a look at this primary. It connects with the laundry room right here. They did put the cabinets above the washing machine and dryer, which is also an upgrade if you were to build this from scratch. You've got your luxury vinyl plank all through here. Tray ceiling. And a nice view of the backyard through those large windows. This is a great space, especially with that privacy and that view. It's just really nice. Back through here, you've got your bathroom with the pretty tile floor. They did like the dark gray cabinet in here, which is almost blue. It's really pretty. The black hardware. I like the lighting choice and the faucets. That's nice. And then you've got your walk-in shower here. You do have a bit of a step up. I know that doesn't bother you guys, and you have the frameless door. You've got the handheld and the shower head and the 2 separate valves, little shelves for toiletries and a bench. All of these things right here are all upgrades, including this, if you were to build this from scratch. And I think even the frameless shower door, even though they do put those in their spec homes right now, that is all an upgrade. Just adding more value in. So you've got this walk-in closet. The closet isn't the biggest closet of these plans, but given this price point and what you could potentially get this home at, I think it's a decent size. Over here you have the water closet. And over here you have a linen closet. Again, this connects to the laundry room here. And I like the way they framed out around that dryer vent there. Okay, back through here. Let's go and see the other bedroom that is up here near the front of the home. You come over and you have this little linen closet here off of the bath. And you have this good size guest bedroom with luxury vinyl plank, no carpet, decent sized closet. They've got the fan already installed in here. They typically do not put fans in the guest bedrooms, but they did in here. You've got the tile shower. Perfect. So you don't have a tub down here on this level in this home. Office again. So in the last bedroom is upstairs. They have the luxury vinyl plank treads on here, so super low maintenance. The carpet is up here, which would be good for the drums. You have this nice big space. But this is your third bedroom. So it's 3 bedrooms and an office. And you do have a tub up here. Over here you have the closet to this space. And you actually have a view of the pond over there. At least until those homes are built. So a good sized space. Over here across from this room, you have the storage. So not a huge amount of storage that you're used to seeing in these Logan homes, but it's a decent amount for this size home. Okay, so that is your little refresher of the Angler over here on one of the nicer remaining lots in the neighborhood as of right now. Let me know your thoughts and if you want to do anything. Talk to you soon. Bye.